Ever wondered what is sadhana and how was it practiced in the 15th century? Welcome to a journey through time as we delve into the spiritual disciplines of the past. Our focus for today? Sadhana. A term steeped in history, sadhana encapsulates a myriad of spiritual practices aimed at reaching an enlightening goal. That goal was self-realization, a connection with the divine, or enlightenment. Sadhana was the vehicle to get there. In the 15th century, sadhana was not a one-size-fits-all concept. Instead, it varied widely, influenced by the cultural, religious, and philosophical milieu of the time. Yoga and Tantra to Bhakti and Japa, each form of sadhana offered a unique path towards spiritual growth. And then there were practices of selfless service and various forms of meditative sadhana, each with its own unique flavor and purpose. Now that we've set the stage, let's explore the different types of sadhana practiced during the 15th century. First on our list is Yoga Sadhana, a spiritual discipline incorporating the physical, mental, and spiritual. Originating from the rich tapestry of 15th century spiritual practices, Yoga Sadhana was more than just a series of physical exercises. It was an intricate blend of physical postures known as asanas and breathing techniques termed as pranayama, all aimed at fostering a deep connection with the divine. But it didn't stop there. Meditation formed an integral part of this practice, providing a conduit for individuals to delve into their inner selves and explore the realms of their consciousness. Ethical guidelines, too, were a significant part of Yoga Sadhana. These guidelines served as a moral compass, steering practitioners towards virtues such as truth, nonviolence, and self-discipline. In essence, Yoga Sadhana was a holistic practice, targeting not just the body, but also the mind and spirit. Yoga Sadhana, thus, aimed at achieving union with the divine or realization of the self. Moving on, we have Tantra Sadhana, a practice focused on awakening spiritual energy. In the 15th century, this form of sadhana was seen as a path to divine union, achieved through a careful balance of the physical, mental, and spiritual domains of existence. Tantra sadhana was not a single practice, but a collection of rituals and meditations, each designed to tap into the latent spiritual energy, referred to as kundalini. This energy, once awakened, was believed to travel up the spine, illuminating the 7 chakras or energy centers, culminating in a profound spiritual awakening. Through this process, practitioners of Tantra sadhana sought to transcend the limitations of the physical body and the confines of the mind. The ultimate goal? To experience a state of consciousness that transcended the duality of the material world, a state of oneness with the cosmos. Through Tantra sadhana, practitioners sought a deep, transformative connection with the divine. Next, we delve into Bhakti, Japa, and meditative sadhana, each with its unique approach to spiritual growth. In the 15th century, Bhakti sadhana emerged as a path of love and devotion. This practice involved deep reverence towards a chosen deity or divine figure expressed through prayers, singing devotional songs known as bhajans, and other acts of worship. The goal? To cultivate an overwhelming sense of love and devotion, breaking down the ego and fostering a heartfelt connection with the divine. Moving on, let's explore Japa Sadhana. This practice revolved around the repetition of sacred mantras or divine names. The mantra, a sacred utterance believed to possess spiritual efficiency, was repeated over and over, somewhat like a spiritual echo. This echo, resonating within the practitioner, helped focus the mind and served as a vehicle for spiritual progress. It's important to note that while Japa Sadhana was particularly prevalent in Hindu and Buddhist traditions, similar practices could be found in many other spiritual paths of the time. Finally, we come to meditative sadhana. The practice of meditation is as varied as it is ancient, and in the 15th century it took many forms. Some practitioners chose mindfulness meditation, focusing on the present moment with acceptance and non-judgment. Others preferred concentration meditation, directing their attention to a single point, such as the breath, a mantra, or a visual image. Still, others engaged in contemplative practices aimed at quieting the mind and experiencing deeper states of consciousness. Regardless of the form, the goal of meditative sadhana was profound: to gain insight into the nature of the self and the universe, and to experience a state of oneness with the divine. Whether through devotion, repetition, or meditation, these sadhana practices centered on deepening spiritual understanding and connection. Each path offered its own unique journey to the same ultimate destination, a profound and transformative union with the divine. Lastly, we discuss Seva Sadhana, a practice of selfless service. Seva Sadhana, often simply referred to as Seva, offers a unique path to spiritual realization. Unlike other forms of sadhana that emphasize personal disciplines, Seva Sadhana places the community at its heart. It is an act of service performed without any expectation of reward or recognition. It is a practice steeped in humility, compassion, and selflessness. Derived from Sanskrit, seva translates to service and sadhana to practice or discipline. Together they encapsulate the essence of the practice, a discipline of selfless service. In the 15th century, Seva Sadhana was a way for individuals to purify their ego, to transcend the self, and to connect with the larger community. It was a practice that fostered a sense of unity, compassion, and humility. Seva Sadhana could take many forms. It could be as simple as offering help to a neighbor, or as profound as dedicating one's life to the service of others. The focus was not on the act itself, but on the intention behind it. The act of service was seen as a means to purify the ego, to dissolve the boundaries of self and other, and to cultivate qualities like compassion and humility. In performing seva, individuals were not just serving their community, they were serving their own spiritual growth. They were cultivating virtues that would help them on their journey towards enlightenment. It was a practice that intertwined the spiritual and the social, the individual and the community. In conclusion, sadhana in the 15th century offered diverse paths for individuals seeking spiritual growth and enlightenment. Each practice, unique in its approach, was unified by the common goal of spiritual realization. Whether through the physical disciplines of yoga sadhana, the devotional practices of bhakti sadhana, or the selfless service of seva sadhana, each form of sadhana provided a pathway towards the same destination, a deeper understanding of the self, a closer connection with the divine, and a greater sense of peace and fulfillment.